Merry meet everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a protection jar. So I get lots of boxes and people ask me how I use some of the stuff that I get in these boxes. So today I've got some herbs that I got from Earthly Alchemy and some ones that I got from Sorceress of Sundries. So today we're going to make a protection jar. We're just going to use this little tiny jar here. This is one that I did previously. So this one's got sea salt in the bottom and I have sealed this with wax. Now you can make protection jars lots of different ways. This is just the way that I make some of mine. You can make them differently. You can make them in big jars. You can make them in bags. Today I'm just going to use just this tiny little jar here, just to show you some of the things that you can put in it. So all these, sage, rosemary, mugwort and wormwood, are all protective herbs. They can be used for other things as well, but they can use for protection. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to cleanse this bottle. This is just a bit of sage burning, just to give it a bit of a clean. Stick it back in my green man and that can cleanse the area while we're doing it. So the first thing I'm going to put in is a little bit of mugwort. And I have a pen to help me push it down, which has been cleansed as well. So when you're doing these, you need to be very clear on your intent of why you're making it and what the purpose of your protection is. So we'll stick a bit of mugwort in the bottom. The next thing we're going to use is some wormwood. And because this is a little bottle, I'm going to just stick it in here and give it a bit of a to make it just a bit smaller to go in. That's what it looks like so far. These are very little handy dandy things for grinding up your herbs. So the next thing I'm going to put in is a little bit of rosemary. And then a little bit of sage. course I like to put some lavender in there as well. And I have a few crystals that I'm going to put in there. So some tourmaline, some clear quartz, and a rose quartz. I'm just going to stick those in the top. Find the ones that dropped out. Stick them all in there. So of course you can make these in bags, jars, but this is a nice little one and you can carry this around. So the next thing I'm going to do is just put a little bit of glue. Let's put this here so you can see it. I'm going to put a little bit of glue around the cork because sealing the jar is very important, or sealing the bag, when you're making or doing any jar spell work. Stick that in there like that. So you can decorate it any way you want. You can put a little bit of rope on it if you want. Let's just put some rope on this one just to make it look a bit cute. Type that in a knot. And just cut the ends off. Well, I like to cut the ends off anyway. Like that. And because it's a protection jar, I always like to pour a little bit of black wax over the top. So we'll just do this. Just to make sure it's nice and sealed. And then I just like to put this little stamp that I have just on the top. We're going to work on this one. It did a little bit. Let's do it again. Just for a little bit of extra seal. So it's like this one. So these are the two that I have made. just for a demonstration today. For those of you who wonder what I sometimes do with the herbs and things that I get in my packages. Just going to scrape this wax, put it back in my candle. Oh, and put the candle out at the same time. That's clever. Very clever, Sky. There's the wick. There it is. So I hope you find this a bit interesting, that you learned a bit about how we do what I use my herbs for. In my last box, of course, we got this one, and you can make your own spell work on the back. This one has salt in it at the bottom, which is also very good for protection. But this one was only a little jar, so I didn't put any salt in that. But this one you can pop in your handbag, can protect you when you're on the road, protect you from danger, whatever your intent is when you're making it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this small tutorial, and until we meet next time, merry part.